I always forget because I always usually like when people want to write something.
Hey, my N-word.
Yeah, those ones are good. Or the one about yeah, that was the wife, right? No, I didn't. I did kidnap his wife. I mean, there's just so many, but again, it's like 10 years ago. I don't remember last week. So I usually tell people when they're coming up for things, it's like, you know this way better than me. So it's like, tell me your favorite line.
Mine are always evolving. It's like...
Actually, I just thought of one. Sorry to interrupt. I do have one. I think it's my opening line, cunt, 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 cunt.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's my favorite word. So I got to say my favorite word while stomping on a head.
Well, yeah, you had good physicality on that line, too.
Because I was stomping that guy's
just made
head.
it even better.
Which they wanted to re-record. Yeah. When it was very funny to learn this little kind of inside tidbit. They had like a curse count, which I couldn't believe. I was like, what? You can do all this and there's a curse count? And they were like, I think we have too many cunts and you have to re-record that. So as an actor, there's ways to manipulate scenes and make sure that they don't use it.
Yeah.
But I remember having to re-record that cunt, cunt, cunt scene with like, whatever it was like. It wasn't fuck, it was some like stupid word. It's not gonna
I think
work.
we set the Guinness Book World Record for curse words in a game, so that was good. But my favorite line is probably it evolves, you know, because it's just like Steve said, you know, there's so many really good lines. But lately it's been, you know, my final thing to Franklin after we whack Trevor, which is surviving is winning, everything else is bullshit. That, to me, I like that line a lot.
It is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good line.
I like when people come up and say one, I mean, because again, I don't remember them or don't know them, but ones actually that are just really witty, like that, or smart, like without, you know, the go fuck yourselves or whatever, like, that's fun. But I like the ones when people bring, what's that? The go fuck yourself? Yeah, I mean, it is nice and simple, it's easy to write.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants, you know, you forget 1,000 things every day. How about you make sure this is one of them? Which I hated that line. Didn't want to do it, and they made me do it as written. It was the only line they ever made me do as written. Like, and they said, no, this is the line. And of course, they were right. That's why they're a rock star. I'm not. But yeah, next question.
Next question.
Who's got a question?
Ooh, right here in the front.
Hey man, y'all get y'all questions out while we here.
Ned, why'd you move here?
And ask us a question.
Why'd you move here?
See, just like that, right? I guess it was the weather. You know, that was never in the game. That was just in the trailer only. All that stuff. That was a kind of a cool behind the scenes story. Is that, you know, the director came up to me like after, I don't know, we were probably working with 7 months or so, something like that. And he came up with a little piece of paper that had that written on it. And he goes, hey, come here, Ned, I want to go back in the back. And he took me back in the office, in this one office, and he had me read that line. And I had no clue what it was. And it was probably, so I did it, forgot about it, and then like probably, you know, 6 months later or something like that, the first trailer launched, and that was it. And I went, oh, that's what that is. That's what that is. We got a little dude over here.
Ooh, yes, another question all the way over here.
I have a question. I was playing this mission for GTA 5 Burrito Hatchet, and the Brad part, I thought it was gonna be Trevor to be the shooter and run, but I was gonna be Michael to shoot the Chinese people, and I like that part, so I did 3 attempts to try it.
So you talking about fresh meat when I'm hanging upside down from the hook?
Yeah.
But okay, and what was the question? I couldn't hear you very well.
So my not favorite part about Burrito Hatchet, I have to kill these Chinese people.
Oh, you didn't like when Trevor
Yeah.
like just told me I go ahead and take Michael and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor's a bastard. He's a bad dude. that rat. You'd think Michael turned on him or something years before the way he behaved.
Did you guys, while we wait for the next question, did you guys have any favorite quests or missions in the game that you enjoyed as you played it, or was it more fun doing it rather than playing it later?
I think we have favorite ones, but it's probably plural. Doing my favorite missions as an actor there was two of them that were kind of tied for me, and that was the one where Steven figures out, Trevor figures out that Brad's in the thing, and we go to Ludendorff, and we have that graveyard scene, which is a really good scene. Really good scene. And then my other one is when I confess to Franklin that I'm working for the feds. That was one of my favorite scenes as well. As an actor, I just love those two scenes because there was a lot going on, from a performance standpoint. And these guys delivered perfect for it and just made it so easy for me. That was my favorite two scenes, I think.
All right, next question.
So if we could rewind the clock, and knowing what you know now about all the characters, would any of you want to be recast as a different character in the game?
Knowing what you know now, would you want to be recast as a different character?
In the game?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be Franklin.
I'll be Chop.
Yeah, then you can shit everywhere.
I'll be Franklin.
Everybody wants to be Franklin.
Yeah.
I get it. For the motion capture, who was Chop?
Chop.
It was two different dogs. It was a Rottweiler first. It was a real Rottweiler that they brought on the set and put a motion capture vest on it. And he was a bad dude. He was mean. He was vicious. So they got rid of him and they brought in a Labrador Retriever. And they put the suit on the lab, and the lab ended up, was well trained and did everything that they wanted to do. So we ended up using that lab for the Lassie scene.
Yeah.
You say it's a man stuck in a tree. Yeah, so we kept that dog for that scene also.
Yeah, that was a method actor, that dog. He could play pretty much any kind of dog you wanted.
Next question, all the way in the back.
Speak loud.
Okay, so for all three of you, what was the hardest scene for each one of you?
Hardest scene?
Mine would be, I could get that out. Mine would be the helping Michael rescue Danny on the back of the boat. And I was really trying to do that. Jump from the car to the back of the boat, and my fat ass couldn't get up there and get it. So I gave up, and they hired a stunt man to do that. That was like my hardest scene.
That was the jumping off the mast.
Jumping off
to the car thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a staircase thing? I remember there was a platform where we had to climb up to a certain level, and I didn't like that just for the pure, this is scaffolding.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had to hang on to anything.
Yeah, that was Lamar down.
And it was actually quite high. I mean, I don't know how the height, but it just was not comfortable. I'm not a stunt man, and I don't need to challenge myself that way. I didn't like that.
Yeah. For me, probably the hardest scene to do, it sounds crazy, but the hardest scene for me was the Azerbaijani thing where we're shooting the guys, Dave Norton and I are on the hill shooting these guys in this condo or whatever, having a party. We had to lay on this thing, and it was really hard because it was flat and slick. We had to stay up there, and we're laying on our balls the whole time. And it was painful, man, with these guys. That was the hardest scene I think that I did from a physical standpoint, like hurting.
Yeah, there's a lot of the technical stuff hurts a lot. I think because I think I hurt myself falling on them. I fell on them a couple times in there because they're solid, they're hard, and they hit a certain nerve. I did my back in for a bit.